right. Great win today, Steven. Now in the top 20 in the FedEx Cup standings, and if you could give us what's your feelings, your emotions, getting this second PGA Tour victory.
Yeah, this is a very special place for me, as you guys probably are aware. You know, Amanda and I got married here at TPC, so you know, this is unbelievable to be sitting up here late Sunday afternoon talking to you guys. It's really it's a pretty surreal feeling, and one that I guess I thought about occasionally, but didn't quite think that it'd one happen, or yet especially come this quick. So yeah, it's a great feeling to be up here.
All right, we'll open it up for questions.
Through last year at Valero, you played really well and then kind of had struggled a little bit in the final round. This week you went all the way through, played great, and kept pressure on everybody else. What was the difference for you this year as opposed to last year?
Obviously golf course and conditions. You know, that was pretty tough last year. Are you talking about San Antonio?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a completely different golf course, completely different set of scenarios. You know, that was a lot more par golf out. You know, at the TPC San Antonio. So this one here is a lot more birdie golf with the conditions, and you know, it's a little bit different mindset, I guess. You've got to go out there and attack and keep your foot down, and hopefully come the last couple of holes you've got a chance.
Steven, you know, you won last year in San Antonio. Then it'd been kind of a rough stretch, even as much as last week, a rough stretch. Did you change something going into this week, or change
I just
something?
run out of money. No, it's basically the way my career's been my whole life. You know, it's I guess when it's good it's bad, when it's good it's good, and when it's not, it's I'm just trying to hang on and make some cuts and get better and better. So you know, it's a game of golf. You know, I'm obviously not at the superstar level. I just go there and do my best, and hopefully every now and again I get a chance to win.
Did you see this coming this week?
No, not really. I didn't see it coming in San Antonio either. It's just you know, you start to see a few putts drop in, and all of a sudden your name's around the top of the leaderboard, and you just keep moving forward. You know, use that wonderful word in sport, momentum, and just hope it keeps coming with you.
Bill?
You seemed at ease from the start today. Was that just because of the way you've been playing for the
At
first
ease?
three
No,
rounds?
I wasn't really at ease. I guess I was more like a duck on a pond. You know, my insides were moving a mile a minute, but just cruising on the surface. But you know, I guess looking back, you know, from the experience I've had, you know, not just at San Antonio, but in other golf events when I've been leading throughout my career, I've been able to you know, you just gain that experience, and you know the feelings that are going to come up in different scenarios. So it's as long as you understand how you're going to feel and how you adapt to those, it's more about, you know, learning about yourself and how you're going to react to certain scenarios. And you know, I'm lucky enough to be able to do that a few times now, so I understand you know, when a truck's coming, to get out of the way.
That said, was it important for you to keep the pedal on the metal there as you were going down the stretch on 17? You fired it right at the...
No, I didn't fire that at the hole at all. that thing was that was. I mean, we just had a cover number there that we had to cover, and that was really our only goal. And I was trying to hit that probably 30 feet left of the stick and come out of it and blocked it right and ended up being in a pretty good spot, I guess. But yeah, my stomach hit the floor when that took off the club face.
Steven, early on, Dustin, you know, chipped in a couple. You guys were tied after 3, and then of course number 6 happens. At that point, does your mind change at all when you see him kind of falter and approach?
Yeah, I mean he's obviously a superstar, and you know to have Dustin, you know, come at you like that, I guess. I'm not sure how you want to put it, but it's only golf. It's not like a fight. But, you know, it's to watch him start the way he started, it was, I knew it was going to be a tough day. You know, I just had to stick to my game plan. Neil Wallace, my caddy, you know, we had a game plan, and we wanted to stay aggressive and wait for our moments. And we knew the putter had been hot this week. It just got a little cold there for the first for the round 2 and 3, and we knew if we were just patient, and keep getting it on the greens, you know, we'll probably have a chance.
Mike. Stephen, going back to the shot at 17, when you did see that it was dry, obviously you gave a very long look at that shot. What was going through your mind? What kind of thoughts did you feel like? Well, all right, it's obviously my day today.
No, not necessarily. No, it was more. Well, that was a bad shot, wasn't it? That's basically all. You know, that was lucky. I never thought it was my day. You know, there's so many things that can happen out there. I wasn't sure really what Jimmy was doing, and then also Charlie. You know, it was still. I wasn't sure really what was going on out there. So, by no means did I. I guess the moment that you're probably looking for was after I hit my tee shot down 18, and I knew about then it was about done, because I was only going to have a sandwich in my hand.
And just a follow-up, obviously you've won twice here in Texas. Adam Scott's won the Texas Slam. Australians seem to do pretty well in Texas. What are your thoughts on why that is? Is it because you're just
no state income tax? Yeah, I'm not real sure. You know, this week I guess was a little different. You know, we're used to the windy, firmer conditions from Australia. So this week I'm not sure how to really answer that. It was just one of those weeks, I guess. But most of the time it's dry and it's windy. So I think that is a little bit of an advantage for the Australians, so to speak. You know, it's just the way we grow up. So. But this week, I'm not sure. I guess everything clicked, and I guess it was my time to win.
Stephen, is there any more emotion or is it any more special winning here when you consider where you were in your personal life almost a decade ago at a difficult time, or is that a distant memory for you at this point?
You know, that's this. My personal life is my personal life. You know, it's closed doors and you know, it's built me into the person I am today, and it's you know, every win's special. So this is just another one.
Stephen, what did you hit 7 at 17? Was that a 7-iron there? And did you think you'd maybe miss club there, or as you were watching that going?
No, I knew I didn't miss club. I knew it was a perfect club to carry that 180. I think it was 184 number that we were trying to cover. I knew I had enough club, but the way I hit it, and you know, being 30 yards offline, cutting up into the breeze. I mean, it was down breeze, but cutting up to start with. Yeah, it was eyes closed and stomach to the floor for a little bit.
Stephen, when did you get married here, and why did you get married here?
9, 10, 11. And because she's my best friend in the world, and that's where she wanted to get married. So you know, it's you know, taking photos on the green today was probably it wasn't probably, it's definitely the second best time I've had on that green for you know, since we got married.
Stephen, a lot of Australians live here in North Texas, and there's a lot of golfers live here. And you know, Spieth was a big factor this week. Would you like to be known as one of the top Texas golfers? Would that be something that you would like to be, when they talk about the top Texas golfers, that they bring up your name as well?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could put Flower Mound Australia, can you, next to your name? Yeah, sure. You know, it's I'm an Australian, you know, born and bred, and you know, I'll never forget where I come from and where I belong, and I'll always, you know, that's my home. That's really, that's where it all started, but Texas now is, you know, this is my home right now. This is where Amanda and I, spend 11 and a half months a year. So, this is where I live at the moment, and it's a wonderful spot, and I can't see us moving anywhere else. No state tax.
Stephen, did you ever meet Byron Nelson?
No, I did not. It was, seeing Peggy on the first tee it was unbelievable, and to have her tell me that these were the cookies she baked were Byron's favourite cookies on the first tee, and no one was. She said no one was eating them. I said, well, I'll definitely have a cookie. So, it was, unfortunately, I never got to meet Byron, but obviously a true gentleman of the game, and one that everyone aspires to be.
Stephen, was there a golfer growing up that you really admired or kind of strived to want to be when you became a pro?
No, not so much. It was Greg Norman and Ernie Els were my two biggest idols. Still are. Greg's obviously our biggest ambassador for golf, and will continue to be that for quite some time. And watching him grow up and be on the world stage while I was just a child, he had a major impact on my golfing career.
You've missed the cut here each of the last 3 years. You win this week. When you look back on those past 3 events here, what's been the difference?
Not real sure, to be honest. I guess form. I always really loved how the golf course sets up for my eye. It was one of those events that I know there's not many par fives out here that plays into my hands a little bit, but I just liked the way the tee shot set up for me. So I thought maybe one day if I can come here with some form, I might be a chance of having a crack on Sunday.
Any more questions? Thanks for joining us, Stephen.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.